Start talking.
And share screen, right?
Yeah.
Hello guys. So we will go live in 2 minutes. I mean, we are live in 2 minutes. I mean, we are live now. So we will start the AMA in 2 minutes. So right now I'm in Singapore. It's a rainy day. And I think today we will try to address several things. One is, of course, the greater scenario that is happening, the pandemic that is taking place, and how we are taking measures to counter it and also progress with our business in spite of what's happening. So yeah, we will go live and start the AMA in a minute. So I see there are quite a couple of people here. Yeah, so I see someone from New York, Amar, Eduardo from Brazil. Well, really lots and lots of people. And I think some of you guys are really at the wee hours, odd hours, waking up to check in. We see Sheriff. I think Sheriff is in somewhere in the Middle East. From Australia. From Japan. Peter from Japan. All right, so I think we can start very soon. All right, so welcome everyone. So today we are doing our quarterly AMA slightly different. It will be slightly more interactive. We will be sharing a screen so that everyone will see what's going on, and also we will be sharing it a split screen. So let's start. All right. Can you guys see the screen? So we have people checking in from Algeria, Turkey. So if you can see the screen, just say yes on the live chat. Okay, so, all right, so I guess everyone can see the screen. All right, okay, you guys can see the screen, right? Sylvia says yes. Solomon says yes. Okay, Edward says yes. All right, guys, so a very warm welcome to everyone to this quarter of our Pundi X AMA report. So welcome everyone, and thank you guys for checking in. And firstly, I would like to thank every one of you that are listening, especially for you guys that are listening from, you know, way past your sleeping time, or, you know, a time where you should be doing something else. So thank you again for checking in, and great pleasure, and let's start right away. So today's agenda. So I would like to address the COVID-19 impact to the whole industry, and talk a little bit about how we are taking steps to mitigate it and also to counter it. We will also talk about our Q1 results from our Xpost X Wallet performance. The third is actually a relief package for Xpost merchant. So why a relief package? The relief package is to address the COVID-19 impact, and we hope that this relief package will be helping the exposed merchant. The fourth is some of the strategy and outlook that we are working on, especially partnerships that we are cementing globally, whether it's in the form of partnership with the governments or university. Last but not least, I'm super excited to share with you the development that we are having for Function X. What will be happening to our testnet and when you will be seeing the testnet. So all this will be presented to you today. First, as you know, the COVID-19 is really affecting everyone globally. It started in Asia, in Greater China, and it has now reached a global pandemic. As of today, a few hours ago, it has actually reached 1 million people with corona infection. How is it shaping our business? We will share with you more. And at the same time, we are also seeing another thing unfold in the global market, which is another kind of pandemic, if I may, taking shape in the financial market globally. We see governments are trying to mitigate what's going on with the local financial market, and there are a lot of printing of money. So Wall Street has just had one of its worst quarter in history. And how are this affecting people? Right. One of the things that Pundi X and Function X has been doing is that we have instituted a stay home for all employees. The COVID-19 started in late December and early January in China. And because of that, our China office in Shenzhen has already started working from home and stay home since late January. Our colleagues in Shenzhen are still working from home despite the improvement of what's going on in Greater China. In Singapore office, we have instituted a stay home as well several weeks before. We decided to do the stay home before the government instituted the encouragement for workers to stay home to work. So essentially what we have been doing is that we have started encouraging people from all our different offices all over the world to stay home, even without the government's order. We have started early, and we decided that it is the best interest for our employee. So during our stay home, what are we doing? Pundi X itself is a very decentralized team. We have 9 offices around the world with about 100 employees. Working remotely has always been a practice for many of us, and the decision to stay home wasn't a hard one. In fact, the transition to stay home was an easy one because we are always working with people online and talking to people through Skype, Zoom, and etc. So what is going on here is that all employees of Pundi X and Function X are working from home, and we are taking working from home very seriously. And despite working remotely, we are being very efficient. The output is high. Second, COVID-19 has caused a lot of shutdown in factories. Bob, the world's first truly blockchain phone, was scheduled for production in February. However, due to the closure of the factories, we are now still waiting for the people to return to the factory to resume production. The scenario in China is improving, and we expect the people and the factory workers to start resuming work. And we expect to see delivery and production happening soon. We will take the advice of the local government to see how we proceed with this. But what is sure is that bulk delivery will happen. So for those of you that have made your purchase in X Wallet, in Campfire, or in Indiegogo, rest assured that you will be getting the world's first truly blockchain phone. And myself, is very excited with the phone. The third thing that is affecting us with regards to the COVID-19 is that, one, we have institutionalized stay-home measures. Second, we see that a lot of offline retail shops are being hit. We saw that firsthand in Singapore, whereby the government has encouraged people to stay home and perform social distancing. This ultimately has affected offline retail. So what it means is that it has changed the way we work, the way we dine, and the way we shop. So it is also without a doubt that ex-post transaction has also taken a hit. It has affected over 70% of ex-post transaction. The effect is actually being felt strongly offline, and we are taking measures to bring businesses online to counter the effect. I mentioned earlier that apart from the COVID-19 pandemic, another pandemic that is being unfolded is really the financial crisis that is happening. So we believe that as people realize that we are facing a fragile financial market, governments perhaps will realize that the future is not fiat currency, but digital currency. Because of this pandemic, we realize that the decision makers are looking even more seriously into the rollout of digital currency. In fact, we have received notice from several governments that they are exploring and inviting bids for digital currency implementation. While we are very sad at COVID-19, maybe the government has also realized that in these times of great challenge, the digital currency movement should maybe press ahead faster. So which company, if not Pundi X, is better to serve the digital currency transaction offline when the COVID-19 pandemic comes to a slowdown and eventually stops? We believe that the government is actually looking into digital currency more seriously. And as government tries to implement more QE, quantitative easing, to help the equity market, many have also realized that a finite supply of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is perhaps the future for all of us. And if it is the future for all of us, transacting using digital currency and cryptocurrency will be the future. As a company that is positioned to serve the adoption and usage, we believe that the short-term pains that the whole world is going through might actually speed up the adoption of digital currency and cryptocurrency. The growth of X Wallet is increasing. Since we finished our carnival last quarter, the X Wallet growth is still growing strong. I would like to take this opportunity to thank so many of you that have participated in the adoption of X Wallet. During Carnival, we have instituted a crypto gift activity where many of you have taken the opportunity to use crypto gift as a function to share and give money in the form of cryptocurrency to your friends. Wow! Even though Carnival has ended, we realize that the crypto gift activity has grown from strength to strength. In fact, we realized that the community has spawned many different groups, whether it's on Telegram or on Twitter, or groups that belong to friends and family. And in all these groups, we see a high usage of crypto gift sharing. This perhaps is what many people need, whereby they can actually send and receive money through social media in the form of crypto gift. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone that is using crypto gift, and also for many of you that are evangelizing crypto gift. I know there are a lot of activities that are not from Pundi X itself that is being initiated by the community. So thank you guys. For Q1 2020, we are inching closer to 800,000 registered users on X Wallet. The usage in X Wallet is great, and we also see different countries adopting X Wallet. So let's take a look at how the global, the country demographics of X Wallet usage. For the most active user by country, it is Indonesia, India, and Turkey. We see Spain and Russia going up the ranking, so is Bangladesh and France. For most download countries, we see India, Pakistan, and Brazil both going up, taking position number 1, number 2, and number 3. It is also very interesting to see Germany, France, Turkey, and Argentina growing. What is so great about both ranking is that we truly see the adoption happening globally. It is happening in different countries across different continents. It shows that the adoption of cryptocurrency online using X Wallet is needed and adopted by people from all corners of the world. Next, let's look at Q1 transaction. Our Q1 transaction has dropped significantly. Around 2/3 of transaction has been lowered down from 2019 Q4. The main reason, as I've said before, was contributed by the lower usage of Expos because of the global market situation. Next, let's go on to token removal. For this Q1, we were removing 14 million worth of MPXS and 8 million worth of MPXS ZEM, which total to 22.5 million MPXX and MPXS ZEM. In the previous quarter, I've said that we will not be burning the transaction from the merchant. In return, we are giving the transaction fees to the merchant. And this is taking place in the whole of 2020. And in truth, with the COVID-19, it is even more crucial that we transfer the transaction fee to the merchant. That is why there is no token burn on the Expos, because we have decided to allocate this part of the revenue to the merchant. We feel that this is crucial to help our merchant go through a difficult time, because when we recover, it will be the merchant that will be promoting Expos, Pundi X as a way of adoption. Of course, last quarter, we also saw token removal from conversion into FX. And in this quarter, there isn't any allocation for the token removal for MPXS or MPXSM to FX because it actually finished in the last quarter. As you can see, the 22.5 million is actually a 90% decrease from the previous quarter. First, due to that, we are actually transferring the transaction fees to the merchant and also the ending of the token removal for conversion of MPXS and MPXSM to FX. We believe transferring the transaction fees to merchant is very important for the offline merchant survival, and we hope to get the support of the community. Next, I would like to move on to the DeFi app. As we have said since last quarter, we will be launching DeFi apps. And we are not launching just one, but two DeFi apps. The first one is Crypto IDR. Crypto IDR is a dApp on X Wallet where people can use it to buy and sell cryptocurrency into a Indonesian currency, IDR. So Indonesians can actually use this dApp to go to any location with Expos and sell their Bitcoin into a local currency. They can also transfer the local currency into their bank account, if not taking the fiat. So this is available in Indonesia, and it is the market's first, Crypto IDR. The second is actually Crypto Bull. The Crypto Bull dApp is actually built for people to have an investment option whereby you can grow your crypto assets in a new risk-free way. So how does Crypto Bull works? Let's take an example. Today, with Crypto Bull, I can buy MPXS, MPXSM, or FX using Bitcoin, Ethereum, or stablecoin. And the purchase will happen in a future time. So for example, a week later. So today, if I pledge my Bitcoin to purchase MPXS, a week later, I will either receive my MPXS or get back the Bitcoin that I used to buy based on whichever that is higher in value, which means that it is highly flexible and it is fully risk-free. So take, for example, if I use 0.1 BTC to buy X amount of MPXS, if the value of MPXS actually goes up a week later when my options mature, I would therefore be given MPXS because the MPXS value now is higher than the Bitcoin value that I pledge. But if, on the contrary, if the value of MPXS goes down, then I will be returned my Bitcoin. All this are automated, which means that you don't have to manually go into X Wallet and click and choose which cryptocurrency you would like to have it back, whether it's in Bitcoin or in MPXS. The system will automatically give you back the asset with the higher return, which means that it is risk-free and fully automated. And best of all, it is not just a right to exercise your option, but you fully own that cryptocurrency. So Crypto Bull is now on whitelist testing for the community. The whitelist testing for the active community is happening soon, today, or in 1 or 2 days to come. And it is scheduled for public launch in 2 weeks' time. So look forward for Crypto Bull as a DeFi app on X Wallet. Right. So we talk about the global challenges. how the global pandemic is affecting every retail. Some countries are advising their citizens to go out less. Some countries are instituting a rule for non-essential retail to close now. It is affecting many retail globally, and we would like to help in however small way we can. Hence, we are launching two plans. One is the ex-post relief plan. We plan to give out 50 ex-post to any merchants that would like to see their goods being sold or bought using cryptocurrency. If you are such a merchant, you can apply to get a free ex-post by sharing with us your retail information and how ex-post can help you in mitigating many of the losses that you have during this point of time. The second ex-post relief plan that we will launch is a one-time 45% discount off ex-post handy, which means that after discount it is $149 US. Ex-post handy is smaller than ex-post, but it's handier, and it also serves with all the functions that a person needs to use it for selling or adoption of digital currency. So this is the ex-post relief plan. The second plan that we have in place is a partnership with MakerDAO. MakerDAO has agreed to share the cost of ex-post rollout in Latin America, starting with Brazil. In fact, we are already giving out 100 free ex-post to qualified merchants in Brazil. Whether you are a new merchant or an existing merchant or an existing distributor, you are entitled to apply for this free 100 ex-post. In fact, the partnership is not limited just to Brazil, because MakerDAO together with Pundi X has already committed to hundreds of ex-posts for the Latin American market. We have earmarked it for a few countries, which we will announce very soon. So these are the two plans that we hope can in some ways help mitigate and support our retail. Next, another good news coming out, whereby we have pre-installed our ex-post software into PAX, which is also a global leading point of sales provider. And not just that, the PAX machine also supports credit card payment through the support from WorldPay, which is a subsidiary of FIS, a huge payment solution provider in the United States. And what makes this partnership even more interesting is that this partnership, this collaboration is being led by our distributor, BTC King. So our distributor based in US, BTC King, has taken the initiative to work with PAX and also WorldPay to make this a reality. A point of sale system whereby buying and selling of cryptocurrency as well as the support for credit and debit card is possible. Here, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank all our distributors. It is impossible for me to name all the distributors, but I'm lucky enough to meet some of you in person. Big Kobe in Spain, BTC King in US, DQ Pay in Singapore, Alex in South Africa, and a few more. Because of your local knowledge and your faith on pushing crypto adoption, we are seeing all this adoption globally. So for those of you that I've met, and also many of you that are working hard, but I have yet to have the opportunity to meet, I look forward meeting you, and it is our duty to support distributors so that you guys can continue distributing our solution to your market. Next, in a way to counter the global pandemic, what we have done is that we have also listed expos on Newegg. So you can also purchase expos on Newegg. We are also listed unofficially on different e-commerce, including Amazon. Why do I say unofficially? It is being put up by our distributor and sold in their specific markets. So whether it's through Pundi X official channel or unofficial channel through our distributor partner, we welcome you to pick up an expos on the e-commerce store. And not just on third-party e-commerce store. In certain markets where we have a more comprehensive collaboration, we are also building our own store so that we can deliver expos or XPass right to your doorstep. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is one such site, Pundi X Brazil. If you go to pundix.com.br, you are able to buy XPass and also expos. You can purchase your XPass and top it up with the local currency and then get it sent to you. And with that, you'll be having a cryptocurrency on the XPass card. And you can either transfer your currency into the X wallet or spend it in the Xpost location in Brazil. So we have pundix.com.br for Brazil, and we have pundix-Venezuela for the Venezuelan market, whereby Venezuelans can easily transfer their fiat currency through bank account and acquire cryptocurrency. We look forward to more such websites to cater to the needs of the local markets. We're also delighted to see that Samsung is supporting more models, different Galaxy models, 4 Galaxy models with their Samsung blockchain wallet. With it comes our X wallet, which means that X wallet can be loaded up now in more Samsung models. We would like to thank Samsung support for making us the first finance app on Samsung blockchain wallet. And we look forward to exploring more opportunities with Samsung. Samsung is truly a promoter of blockchain adoption. And for such a big company, what they are doing will be benefiting the adoption. Next, I would like to switch gears and move towards Singapore's Payment Service Act. Pundi X is HQ in Singapore, and Singapore government, in my opinion, is the leading country for blockchain and cryptocurrency compliance. We are happy that we have been listed for the Payment Services Act, whereby we can operate under Singapore's government purview for the next 6 months. And after the 6 months, the Payment Services Act license will be officially given out, which we hope and we expect to be one of them. This means that we will be able to deploy our services online and offline under the guidance of the Singapore government. Here, I would like to take the opportunity to thank our in-house legal team for doing such a great work and for making sure that we are always compliant, because we feel strongly that as the whole industry move forward, the company that is most compliant, that are compliant, will be able to benefit from the support of the government, and with that, the support of the market. Next, working with university has always been a key motivator for Pundi X. We are extremely privileged to be signing a MOU with the European University of Cyprus, the leading university in Cyprus. This MOU is being witnessed by the President of Parliament of the Republic of Cyprus. The President is a key supporter of blockchain, and we are happy and extremely privileged to see him witness this signing. The signing actually took place between the President of the university and the General Manager of our Cyprus 365 office, Joseph. Now, let's talk about Function X. So, every one of you have been asking, when is Function X? When is the testnet happening? What comprises of the testnet? So let's just recap a little. When we first announced Function X, we said that this is a blockchain more than just financial transaction. It is a blockchain built for any kind of transaction that wish to be decentralized, whether it's a SMS transaction or a point of sales transaction or any kind of transaction. It could be a transaction between you and your friend, data that you are sharing. So we would like to bring everything and anything on chain. And the testnet will be happening in the next quarter. So to show you what we have done internally so far and what are the things that we are testing every day internally, I would like to show you some of the screenshots to show you what we are doing right now. Guys, this is a Function X Explorer, and it is very similar to a regular blockchain explorer, such as Etherscan. But take a look at it. You will realize the difference. This explorer allows us to track on-chain transaction of different elements, but not just cryptocurrency asset transaction. It is not just meant for digital currency on-chain transaction, but more. It could track point of sales transaction, which is our X-Post transaction. So what it means is that X-Post transaction can and will go on-chain, whereby the next time if you shop in a location with X-Post, your particular transaction is on-chain and decentralized. We can also track SMS transaction, whereby when you send an SMS between one bob to another, that SMS is fully encrypted and the transaction hash is being recorded on-chain. Obviously, the content of the transaction, of the SMS, doesn't need to be on-chain, so as to, same goes for the call. But the transaction itself, the call initiating process itself, can be on-chain, and it will still fully be secure and private, because our identity on the blockchain is basically transaction hash. So the Function X Explorer is not just a simplistic explorer for transaction of different digital currency. It's not just meant for me transacting to you my FX coin. It is more than that. It is an explorer that encapsulates all kinds of transaction, take for example, if you are a developer and if you like to develop a decentralized data storage system. So when you store your data on an IPFS network, you would like that transaction hash to be recorded on-chain as a proof to your user that it really happened. So that itself is another transaction that can be recorded on the Function Explorer. So what is happening is that we look forward to share this Function Explorer when we launch our testnet, which is happening in Q2 this year. In Q2 this year, the testnet will go live, and with it, the Function Explorer, which means everything that happens on the testnet, whether it's taking expos on-chain on the testnet or just transacting digital currency, all of this will be encapsulated on the Function Explorer. So as you can see, the Explorer can be broken down into different tabs so that we can take a look at different kind of transaction. In this screenshot demo, in this screenshot example, we are taking a look at the SMS transaction, the expos transaction, and the hub transaction. So some of you might be asking, what is the hub transaction? We are sharing many information out on the hashout article, which we are publishing every month. And for those of you who have read hashout, you know that the hub is actually the parent chain, which is the Function X blockchain, which means that the Function X blockchain is the hub chain, and it is connected to different chain. For example, one of the chain is expos chain, and the other chain is actually, it could be a chain for, say, the example just now, a developer developing a data storage system whereby he has his own chain. So all these different chains, whether it's private chain or public chain or semi-public chain, they are connected through the hub. And the hub is actually the Function X blockchain. So in a way, the Function X blockchain is a blockchain for different blockchains. And these different blockchains are blockchains that are built by developers, that are built by Pundi X, such as the chain that expos will onboard. So this will be very exciting, and this brings us to the next topic, which is the Function X Cloud. What really is the Function X Cloud? Guys, take a look at this screenshot and try to see what Function X Cloud brings. When I mentioned earlier that the hub is a Function X blockchain, this is the parent chain that is being built by Pundi X for Function X. This is the base chain. And this base chain connects different chain. So take, for example, you are a bank. A bank wants to build a private chain. So this private chain can be built using Function X technology. And it is a private chain, an island in itself. So this is Bank A. And Bank B is also building a blockchain, a private chain to themselves using Function X technology. So this is another chain. So we have Bank A, which is a private chain, an island in itself. And we have Bank B, which is another private chain, an island in itself. And we have many, many, many different chains, whether it's private, public, or semi-public. All this different island of chain will be connected to the hub, which is the Function X chain. So the Function X chain is a facilitator to different chains that are also built based on Function X technology. So one way that we would like to help enterprise such as banks, developer, or even local small medium enterprise company to build their own blockchain is through FunctionX Cloud. You can go to functionx.cloud to build your own blockchain through a simple procedure whereby you would choose your blockchain name, your token name if you wish to have one, the consensus number of nodes, and etc. And you will be able to generate the chain on the cloud through a fully decentralized way to have a chain that is being built by you for yourself or for your enterprise or your community. And obviously, we all know when we build a chain, we will create the Genesis block. So take, for example, today, you would like to build a blockchain for your community. And when you build the chain, you will also create the Genesis block. And the Genesis block is created by the initiator node, the initiator validator. And the FunctionX.cloud system is also a comprehensive way for you to create your node, which is your validator. So what it does is that you will need to share your private key of your node. And with that, you will sign the Genesis block of your own blockchain. There are still rough edges on FunctionX Cloud, but the shape has taken form, and it is a way to help big enterprise or small medium enterprise or simply private community that wish to build their own blockchain. All this powered by FunctionX technology. You can build a chain that is private, that has your own consensus model in an island, and with it, we will have different chain that is built. All this chain, when they need to talk to each other, they could speak to each other directly or through the hub, which is the FunctionX blockchain, the parent chain. So when they talk to this FunctionX chain, they will need to connect to all the FunctionX chain, and with it, we will form an ecosystem of different blockchain interconnecting with each other. In our Hashout series, we have talked quite a little bit about validator. What are the roles of the validator? Validator is also another name for node. How do we create validator and how do we create node? We would like to encourage, when the time comes, for the community to jointly create validator with us so that we will create the consensus model on the upper layer that supports the whole ecosystem. FunctionX.cloud is also scheduled for testnet testing launch in Q2 this year. What it means is that lots of the effort that we are building on will be culminated with testnet usage and testnet launch, including our Explorer, our FunctionX Cloud in Q2. So we look forward to have this live, and we look forward to get the community to test on it firsthand. We will likely have a whitelist process whereby we invite core community members and core technical people to test these services. One very important thing that FunctionX will connect is that it will connect the Xpose service that we have, which means that Xpose service and XWallet service will go on-chain. Right now, it is still a decentralized service whereby Pundi X is helping manage the transaction. So in a way, Pundi X is the custodian of many of the transactions on Xpose and XWallet. And with getting Xpose on-chain, we are really walking the talk, in the sense that we are taking our own product and putting it onto the FunctionX blockchain, which means that in the future, when you go to an expo to buy, say, 1 Bitcoin, that action, that order will be logged on the chain. Obviously, you as a buyer will be anonymous because it will be represented by a hash, but that transaction will be on chain, which means that it will record that someone has bought 1 Bitcoin worth from a particular expo at a particular time and worth X amount of value. So all this will be taken on chain. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I've shared is that we are committed to the rollout of expos despite the challenging times. And we've decided to move part of the token removal, token burn to the merchant, because it is a very, very hard time for the merchant, and we wish to support in however small way we can. We have also instituted 2 plans. One is a stimulus plan to allow people to get hold of free or heavily discounted expos so that they can use it for their retail needs. The second one is a partnership with MakerDAO, whereby Maker has very graciously shared part of the expos cost, and whereby we are giving out free expos starting with 100 expos in Brazil. The X wallet usage has been growing tremendously, and as promised, we have brought out 2 DeFi apps. One is meant for the Indonesian market, crypto IDR, and the second one, which is now on whitelist community testing, which will be out in 2 weeks, which is a risk-free crypto bull dApp. We have also shared with you some of the compliance and also MOU that we have set up, including the partnership with European University of Cyprus and also the application of Payment Services Act. Bob will be delivered once the factory goes back to work in Shenzhen, and FunctionX blockchain is finally readying itself for the testnet. The testnet will come in the form of the FunctionX Explorer and also FunctionX Cloud. Both will test the ability of the testnet. And of course, as we've said, it is our dream to take expos on chain, and we will take expos on chain through the launch of FunctionX network. So I've come to almost an end, and finally, I would like to tell our community to really stay safe. At this point of time, what has transpired globally, we hope that it will end soon, but I think it is super important for us to stay vigilant. All Pundi X and FunctionX staff are working from home, staying at home. I hope that the community can also do the same and be safe. I know there's one person in the community at least have been tested COVID positive. So I wish you to return to your health very soon, and I also wish everyone to stay vigilant and to stay safe. And we hope that as the crisis slows down and ends, it will also be a time whereby we will continue to push greater adoption, greater usage, and greater growth for FunctionX and Pundi X. With this, I say thank you. Thank you, guys.